Hello, everyone. As per usual. Oh my god. I'm like doing whatever. Holy shit. As per usual, it's coffee time. Of course. As per usual. True. Really red vibes today. How are you guys? What's new? I'm in need of a coffee. Thank you. Let me add, for chance. Oh, found it. Thank you. We've got so much to discuss. And let me see. I forgot Corky last time. Sorry, guys. We weren't getting corked up like we were supposed to. That was very inappropriate of me to forget. Ladies. Oh, thank you. My goodness. Waverly. It's Waverly in the chat. No way. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so I spilled something. Well, by something I mean water. It's like literally fucking everywhere in this filter. Anyway. Did you guys think it was just as ridiculous as I thought yesterday? Well, as per usual, people online are not really. Am I in time for coffee? Yes, you are. I'm just making it. Quite literally, I cannot believe that people online seriously said that Sabrina Carpenter's music videos, well, not music videos, basically she released a music video, right? And the music video was for that house door or whatever song, right? And this is not the only post that was there. Let's say that way. This was just one of the posts. And I'm just... Girl, I could not believe my eyes because first and foremost, people as per usual online are having kind of like a really lagging behind discussions. You can't even call them like a proper term in terms of like what do the people usually call it? Discourse? It's not discourse, bitch. Like this is a discussion at best. You know what I mean? Like it's very behind, it's very uninformed. God, I got scared. What? I'm like missing everything because Larry Boo, welcome, welcome. Um, this is just one of those things where the conversations are just so behind on so many levels that once again we're here to discuss it because I think that it's useful for us to remember that there are sane people out there first and foremost, but second of all, I think it's important for us to have ways of communicating with people like this that believe in dumb shit like this, where we could have more productive conversations with them and maybe change the direction, I don't know, girl, of what people are thinking is the norm or whatever the hell. Basically, Sabrina Carpenter released a music video, right? I don't know if you've seen it, but actually, I think I need to show you. I probably need to show you like a clip or something from Twitter. I'm not gonna be showing you the entire thing. Obviously, I just don't have I don't have it in me. Also, no music because girl, I'm not getting copyrighted over fucking whatever Sabrina Carpenter. Like, no, thank you. But let me actually do this real quick. Okay. Can you guys see it at all? No, shit. I hate how it always changes the size. Like every 2 seconds, it like changes the size. Whatever. So the visuals here, right, is what the conversation was all about because, so now we're okay. Because as you can see, this is so. How do I explain this? Obviously, male gaze is the word that comes to mind, but I think a lot of people, when they talk about this, they don't actually know what the male gaze is. They oftentimes. Oh, what, are we stuck? What is going on? Yeah, I think like the most egregious part is like, honestly, the entire thing is egregious. Yeah, I started doing streams recently because I kind of got tired of, making full-on videos that are like video essay style about topics that don't actually, that don't actually require it. You know what I mean? Like, this whole Sabrina Carpenter shtick, I don't feel like making a whole ass video on it. It's not worth a video essay. It's just not. And I realized that like for many, like for like a year or so, I had to still do videos that are kind of video essay-ish because it's like current topics that people want discussed. And obviously a lot of young people are the ones who are kind of participating in these conversations because a lot of people who are older are definitely beyond, this conversation. This feels like we're back in the 2000s, low-key. Yeah, literally. That's quite literally how I feel about this because it feels very reductive. It feels like we're back. Like, dude, I just think it's stupid, honestly, because basically, one thing is Sabrina making this video, right? Another thing is the fact that people clearly don't understand that just like killing like there's visuals of them killing a man or whatever the hell right at the end, things like that are not really feminist in any kind of way. Just because you're showing like killing a dude does not mean that the entirety of the video gets negated because of that. Hello? I'm always like behind on this specifically. Variety mushroom. Hello. Exactly. It's like a very I just don't understand why. First and foremost, listen, the thing is, I think why I wanted to talk about this is because not only are we in a situation where people where we kind of get the same type of music videos that we did in the 2000s, right? The problem is not that, it's literally the fact, like, to me at least, why I wanted to bring it up is because people brought in lesbians into this. And I was like, girl, can you leave the queers alone, for the love of fuck? I just want to discuss things like, for example, even though many people are familiar with what male gaze is, male gaze is in many ways is not about taste, right? Like, not even in many ways, it's basically not about taste. I think that people misunderstand the term a lot because it's a visual arts term. So outside, it kind of been like transplanted from the visual arts scene into the everyday vernacular, to the point where people basically mean, oh, it's something that men find attractive, as like this is the descriptor that they think they're going for. Dude. Yeah, by the way, what's going on like recently? So much discourse about lesbians. It's crazy. Anyway, so this whole entire conversation is kind of getting taken over by the term male gaze, while at the same time it's not used correctly, obviously, because it's used in this new way where people think it's just about like things that guys would find attractive or whatever the hell. The male gaze is mostly about the fact that the culture is, especially the visual culture, is so concerned with one perspective that everything is framed through it. So, for example, this video is very much male gazy. There's no way around it, because even though there is a category of people who aren't men who are attracted to women, namely lesbians, they are not the ones that are contributing to the male gaze. And objectification and male gaze are not exactly the same. They are overlapping, but they're not the exact same term. So in many ways, this is a very frustrating conversation, because they basically just brought in this photo that I'm showing you right now, right? That says, "I bet you people thought Katy Perry kissed a girl and liked it. This is head slop." Many people, the reason why this is even a conversation and why there's so many tweets about this shit is because someone quite literally saw this this music video, saw what they're talking about, and retweeted it and said, you guys just don't understand that Sabrina's demographic, like her audience, are lesbians. And everyone there online, at least on my For You page, everyone was like, huh? Me included, because this is the last type of people you would fucking expect to be into Sabrina Carpenter. Maybe I'm wrong, okay? If you are attracted to women and you're not a man, let me know. Maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I know, she's not a queer icon, especially in terms of like being the attractive one to the people of a particular demographic, right? Within the LGBTQ plus or whatever. I need to find that tweet about how everyone perceives. Yes, no, dude, I have it. You don't have to even look for it. I've got it. Why? Well, because I thought it was very much exactly what we were going to be talking about. So I obviously saved it because I've seen it multiple times. And I think, wait, what the hell? Is it this? Yes. Um, so this is straight girls hanging out versus lesbians hanging out. I mean, since when? Since when is this type of behavior normal for the lesbians? Um, I mean, I'm not even the fucking, you know, expert, like the number one person you go to for this information, and I know this. Um, like, I need people to quickly become normal. I'm so tired. This is the dumbest conversation, but you know what? Sometimes I'd rather talk about this from time to time than like the political state of the world because it's so fucked. It's so bad. I don't even know where to start. Uh and I think that wait, as a gay man, I always felt a disconnect to Sabrina Carpenter. I assume it's because of how hetero it comes across to me. Yeah, same. Hi, Nova. Yeah, I just personally think it's kind of girl. As a lesbian, I cannot stand this weird ass. Ooh, this song is about sex with a man, but I need to make this with women and claim that I'm an ally. Yeah, I mean, even like her music video where she was like with Jenna Ortega and they kiss. This is the most hetero shit I've ever seen in my life, and I don't care if I'm wrong. if the queers come in and they're like, Lisa, you're wrong. I'm sorry, you guys. I just genuinely, this is the most hetero shit I've ever seen in my entire life. This is kind of like when you're at the club and one of your friends is like wants to make out with you to make a guy jealous or something. I don't participate in that kind of nonsense. I think that's rude and disrespectful um to me and to everybody else who's like in any shape or form queer. It's like acting as if being with someone who is of the same gender is like not as serious or something like that, kind of acting like you can make somebody jealous, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you're not available anymore kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't fuck with it. um I don't know. Sounds gross to me. So I still can't get over that album cover. No power on earth could convince me it was somehow empowering and not embarrassing. Yeah, that's exactly what I've said. And I think this is kind of the thing that a lot of people misunderstand nowadays. Like, I think someone was talking on, also on Twitter about this, that nowadays we are in a situation where we're kind of, you know, afraid to criticize women as women because of how choice feminism has been promoted as like the type of feminism or whatever. But to me, I believe that there's different ways of critiquing somebody. If you're criticizing, it can be unproductive, but if you're critiquing, it is always in like it's supposed to be in a productive way, right? And also on top of it all, I just it's kind of like I've talked about Fiona Apple in one of the recent podcast episodes, and I think that with her, her first music video was definitely male gazy as well. It was supposed to be kind of like a take on it that was not fully successful. She's talked about how she didn't really have like a lot of control over it, which is something that I kind of assumed was the case because she was new in the industry. She was literally 18 years old. This was her first album, first music video. The music video director was pretty successful, I believe, at the time already. So all of this together, it's quite obvious that she probably didn't have a lot of say in terms of how it was executed. So to me, when I saw a lot of people criticizing her, the way that they were criticizing her was very aggressive. Instead of talking about issues that needed to be addressed in a respectful manner to Fiona, and taking in the context of her age, the industry that she's in, the type of people that she's working with or ended up working with, other things like that. The critic that was talking about her, that woman, was so harsh, and in many ways that's bad critique. In many ways that shows you as a bad critic. Like, you're not doing your job well if you're not talking about context. And this is kind of why this conversation is also really bad in terms of like this whole discourse about all the celebrities being on Ozempic and whatever. I'm gonna be real with you. If they're on Ozempic, if they're just anorexic, whatever, I don't particularly care about their well-being. I'm gonna be real with you. Sorry to say, not to be mean or anything, but I couldn't give less of a fuck whether they're healthy or not, whether they're doing well or not. They're not my friend. They're not they're definitely not part of my community in any shape or form, even international community, even an online community. They've got no interests that are in common with me or with regular people for that matter. I've got no care in the world for them. I'm going to be real with you. And them not eating or whatever is honestly inconsequential, because it's not like they're doing any important work. Like, so what? Like, so she can't even fucking do a push-up. Now what? I don't care. She's not a friend of mine. To be giving a fuck that much about how well they're doing. But the fact that this is being normalized to such a huge degree is going to make the working class that are like parroting them, well, maybe not, yeah, the working class, make them so much weaker, because all these girls are mimicking this, and it's like, girly pop, you can't afford to be that ineffectual physically. You cannot stay safe while being this fucking weak. That's just not how it works, especially in the times like this. You know what I mean? Speaking of feminism, it reminds me of Zendaya's comment about identifying as an intersectional feminist and the comments all being transphobic. Right. Once again, people who are like have so many feelings about trans people, I'm like, why do you give a fuck? Genuinely. Like, what does that have to do with you? Unless you are trans, obviously. But I think a lot of people forget Sabrina has been in the industry since she was like 12. She's very aware of the optics of everything. Whether she's aware or not is also, I think, is kind of inconsequential, to be fucking honest. Because that whole video, it is very male gazy. It is very much that they're objectifying themselves. But also, let's talk about the context of it all, right? Because this is happening at the same time as we've got record high pornification of brains and other stuff like that going on. It's also happening at the exact same time with Margaret Qualley. Is it Qualley or Qualley? Qualley, right? I don't know, girl. With Margaret being in that music video, right? And oh, hi Sterna. It's happening at the same time. Good lord, where was I going with this shit? I got distracted. Oh yeah, Margaret Qualley. I'm gonna say Qualley. I don't know if it's Qualley or not, but you know what I mean. Margaret Qualley, first and foremost, being in the substance, right? I've had my gripes with the substance because I thought it was a little bit too, not a little bit, it's very behind. It's kind of like that movie that Harry Styles was in and Florence Pugh was in. What was that? What was the name of it? I don't remember. Oh, Don't Worry, Darling. Very behind the times. Do you know what I mean? Not like basically focusing on this tradwifery relationship of white people, white women to feminism and patriarchy and other things like that, it's so behind. Bitch, we've been over this. You're gonna have to be you're gonna have to be able to digest a lot more about the current state of affairs to be making a whole ass movie about it and to actually be contributing to the conversation in any meaningful way. So it was just so behind, you know, and the substance was also behind, but it was entertaining enough, and they committed enough to it in terms of the visuals and other things like that. So it wasn't like, it was just fine, you know. I didn't really think it was worth all the hype that it got, but it was fine. It's nothing. It's no big deal. Do you know what I mean? Um, yeah, it's just Stepford Wives kind of commentary, which is just like, listen, we've been there, we've done that. There's no need to be spending millions of dollars making a movie about that again. Like, there's just no, especially since the visuals were okay. They were also just references to other things, so it wasn't that good. But regardless, one of the most discussed things about that movie was the fact that Margaret Qualley was playing this like hyper youthful kind of hyper sex doll type of person, right? Like, everything is what everyone loves, you know, and she's kind of the new version of Demi Moore or whatever the hell, right? Like, this was kind of the whole shtick here. And Margaret got fake like prosthetics installed for her breasts because she was well, she didn't really used to have any boobs in general, but you know, well, at least no, not visible. So she wanted to go all the way with that look. So she needed to kind of it's not even like hypersexual. It is hypersexualization, obviously, but I mean like achieve that hyper sex doll look. Hi, Midnight. Hello, hello. So yeah, so we've got this weird ass thing where Margaret was in that movie where she quite literally had to wear a prosthetic on her chest. And then right after that, right after the whole movie is about like objectification, ageism, sexism, the patriarchy, capitalism, all of that shit, right? She goes and she gets her boobs done. What you see in Sabrina's music video is not prosthetics. This as a context to the fact that we had the substance happen with her specifically doing all that shit for the sake of like fitting the role. And now she quite literally did like she basically it's like kind of like, you know, life imitates art, but not really. Like, this is just, wow, we've regressed a lot. Someone's gonna have to pull out that Fiona Apple quote of like, wow, we've got like, there's no hope for us, because what the fuck, this is how we live our lives? Like, this is what we're gonna be doing? Yeah, I'm not even kidding, dude. Like, I'm not even fucking kidding. Isn't that insane? I genuinely was like, oh, this isn't even a prosthetic. I thought it was like a nod to the substance. I thought it was kind of because if it would have been a prosthetic, then it would have been kind of like Sabrina showing this like girlhood, because she tweeted about the music video and wrote girlhood over it, right? Which is like, this is an idea of a horny 15-year-old boy, what girlhood is about. That whole music video, quite literally. So if everything that was in that music video was just like played up for the sake of the music video, including the implants, that would make more sense, you know, and that would recontextualize the music video a little bit. But this is like, they're playing it straight. This is not a commentary. This is playing it straight. Maybe Sabrina is gonna come out in a couple of days or in a week when there's gonna be a bunch of a bunch of video essays made about this moment about this music video about her, and she might come out and say, listen, no, like we literally, we were going for a satire situation, and it's always satire without actual subversion. It's like, baby girl, this is not satire. I don't know why you don't know the definition of the word, but this is not how it works. And especially since they're working with a bunch of people who are in the visual arts scene, right? Like, they're not, Sabrina is not the one filming the music video. So you're dealing with people who actually know stuff about visual arts. So how on the fuck of the earth are we always in this situation where you say it's a subversion and it isn't? It does look like a wet dream for a teenage boy. It's always satire, and it's never actually subverted. It's never actually done in a way that it's supposed to be done. For real, I mean, we've all heard that girls at slumber parties misogynistic joke. Exactly. They could have made out in that fucking video, and it would be literally the head slop, as people said on Twitter. The head slop of the head slop imaginable, basically. Because what do you mean? Like, even if we're outside of head slop, let's say patriarchy slop, because this is quite literally what guys consistently like imagine this whole thing is about, like the sleepovers and whatever, and it's always about performing for some non-existent viewer kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's frustrating to see because it's just, girl, it's just like so it's gross. That's what it is. That's what it simply is, honestly, because I just don't understand why everyone is like lying about it too. I just don't get it. Oh, hi. They're going to say we're slipping into conservatism. Conservat yeah. Well, yeah, they usually use it as like, well, it's satire, but also you guys just like let girls be girls, let them have fun. And it's like, right, okay, so we need to have a conversation about what desire is and how women are conditioned not to see a difference between their own personal desires and what they view as a good performance of a desire, okay? This is why heteronormativity is a thing, okay? This is why so many women are not fulfilled, whether physically or emotionally and other things like that. It's quite literally because we are in a situation where women are first introduced to male fantasies, then they are introduced to seeing themselves as someone who wants instead of being wanted. Yeah, they always complain. This is kind of the same situation as, remember, women love it, women like it raw. When that woman got mad at me because I said that we should have more options in terms of birth control that doesn't actually that doesn't have bad effects on our health. They were like screaming about, or that we're supposed to have anesthetic when IUDs are installed and other things like that. They genuinely were pissed at me and telling me, oh my god, it's like, get your hands off my IUD. I'm like, I'm not fucking prying IUDs out of your hands, girl. I'm telling you that there should be a lot more work done into our well-being. It's like yeah, you know, it's basically like them saying that accept whatever we have because at least we're not forced to be wearing like hijabs or whatever. And it's like, well, all of this is same shit, same conversation, to be fucking honest. Honest? Wow. To be fucking honest. It's like basically what all of these people are saying, whether they are saying that they're feminist or not, is like, just lie down and take it. This is kind of the conversation that we end up having every single fucking time. Like, don't complain. We already have it way too good. And it's always like really, it's just so crazy to be dealing with this bullshit. Honestly, I can't do it no more. I can't do it. I think there was also at the same time the whole Euphoria season 3 coming out, whatever. I'm not watching it. I'm not fucking watching it. I'm probably gonna know what happens anyway, because that's just like what happens when your job is to be plugged into pop culture and history and news and other shit like that. You end up consuming a lot of bullshit. And you know way too much and way too little at the same time, because you forget a lot since there's so much like info overload. But to what show? Wait, I'm missing something. Her fans are really annoying when they say what she does is commentary, like with the album cover. Exactly, it's not a fucking commentary. You're gonna have to be like, there's very clear ways of doing visual commentary. Okay, sometimes people in the general public don't get it. It's true. Sometimes people from the general public don't know how to read a visual piece of art or media or whatever. That's pretty normal because it's not their fucking job to know how to do that, right? However, since it is my job to do that, I can tell you with 100% certainty that it's not fucking satire, it's not a commentary, it's not a subversion. It is quite literally just the performance of what is the standard for like 1950s American ads for how to beat your wife type deal. I saw a tweet saying something like, "Oh, so lesbians don't want to see hot women." And when someone complained about the Sabrina video by using the lesbians hanging out tweet, and it's like, "Girl, don't piss me off." Exactly, because the thing is, who are the most popular women amongst queer people in terms of like being attracted to them and stuff like that? The one at the bottom of the screen, for example, Corky, is she like, she's not treated the same way by the camera, even though, you know what, there are people who believe that bound is fetishy. I don't believe so. I actually believe that yes, it's erotic. I don't think it's objectifying. That's my opinion on that. What show are we talking about? Oh, wait. Mercury. You responded to Mercury. Am I missing something? What the heck? I might be. I very much might be. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm still on Twitter, so I will know what happens in Euphoria. Exactly. But yeah, so Euphoria, the premiere happened, right? I don't know. I don't think that any episodes were released. I think that um, it was just like the premiere that they showed up to. So everyone was like, holy fuck, why is everyone so skinny? And it's like, well, we've been over this. And as I've stated, I don't give a fuck about their well-being, honestly. If they want to starve themselves to death, whatever. How is that my problem? I genuinely could not give less of a fuck, especially in this day and age where everyone's getting blown up day in and day out by our governments, by our money. I'm supposed to give a fuck about some spoiled ass actress not eating? I don't give a shit. I genuinely couldn't give less of a fuck about their well-being, honestly. Wait, guys, is Corky Jughead's mom? Yes. She is. Can we leave the lesbians out of this straight cis fantasy LMAO? Sabrina is not for the lesbian. Exactly. There's absolutely nothing about her that's appealing. And the thing is, it's kind of crazy because it's like, technically, they're like hot women, right? I don't know any. Well, maybe it's just like people that I know, right? But I don't know any lesbians who are into that kind of aesthetic. By the way, the gag for Euphoria is that it's based on the Israeli show, so yeah, I'm not surprised. Every character is insufferable. Yeah, I'm not surprised. um Yellowjackets cast, especially Courtney Eaton and Sophie Thatcher, are the moment for me. Yeah, but you know what? I really don't like that all shows and all media that I've seen, at least, that was in any shape or form sapphic. Um, I'm not saying lesbian because it usually isn't just exclusively lesbian. Um, it's just so heavily, like, it has such disturbing themes at the forefront of it. And like, for example, people who like what's the name of that girly pop that ate her friend, like her ear? What's her name from Yellowjackets? Um, I can't remember her fucking name for the life of me. Ate her ear. Yeah, dude. The presentation is for men, so it's like to me, exactly. Shauna. So everyone's constantly being like Shauna and Jackie, and I'm like, Jackie does not deserve that kind of bullshit. I'm so sorry. I'm so sick and tired of everyone being okay with literal cannibalism for the sake of just like having a sapphic pairing. Like, bitches, you know what? No, actually, how about that? How about no? How about, oh hell no? How about that? Why can't people have like well written the girly pop who ate her friend's ear? Exactly. Her.
Do you by chance have a gun I could borrow?
I cannot, like, every single time I think about it, I'm like, Jackie is a diva, I love her. Even though she was a little bit annoying because she didn't want to like help anybody in the wild or whatever. But I'm like, I can't stand this. I can't stand this dumbassery. And Shauna is so disgusting, not just because of like when she was kind of crazy in the woods, but she's just like a bad person through and through. There's not a single redeemable quality about that woman. And I hate that people consistently try and redeem her with their sick minds trying to figure out how to fucking redeem her. Um, and like Killing Eve, for example, also, I like Villanelle, even though she's also a killer or whatever the fuck. But there are limits, bitch. There are limits. And also, I prefer, if you're gonna be a dick, like Villanelle, for example, she's like very openly doing all that. Do you know what I mean? I really can't be bothered. I really, actually, no, I am bothered. I'm very much bothered by anybody who's like, I'm like, okay, I'm not that bad of a person. But then fucking do the most diabolical bullshit. That's the most annoying thing about people. If you're like that, fuck off kindly. Everybody else, whatever. You could that's actually why many people like characters in shows that are kind of bad, as long as they're owning up to it. And I'm not saying even taking responsibility for it or changing or whatever, because some people just like villains, right? But with Shauna, she's like such a little loser ass bitch that I cannot believe people were listening to her in the wild. I cannot believe that she had any authority at the end. I cannot believe that shit. I would have smacked the shit out of her, and maybe she would have smacked the shit out of me. But girl, I swear to God, I'm not playing no stupid games because you want to chase somebody down and you got like the taste for human flesh. Like, go fuck yourself, actually. Even if I would have been crazy in those woods. Sorry to say. Sorry to say. She just pisses me off to no end. Whenever I see somebody bringing her in, I see like compilations or like people make like photo combos of like all the characters that they like, or like all their crushes or whatever the fuck. And it's like Corky, it's Ellie. And like, again, I have heard that The Last of Us was made by Zionists. Fucking hate that. Hate that for me, because literally Ellie is like my Megan Fox from Transformers. I'm really pissed about this, like, for real. You guys don't get it. This is like really difficult for me. Upsetting. Not difficult, just upsetting. Like, bitch, are you serious? But they put her there as a character. She hasn't done something like this. Well, again, the problem with Shauna is like how she is, not even just the murder part. Because we're watching a lot of people do murder in fictional media. This is not like news, but Shauna is just annoying. She's just like also a loser about it. Um, sorry to say, fuck. And yeah, like, don't you think it's kind of weird that all this sapphic shit that we ever get, it's always something like Yellowjackets? Do I have to be seeing that? Do I have to see all that if I want to see some sapphic action? I don't know. Damn, I had men nibbling my ear, but I didn't know a girly pop, fictional or not, who would do that exactly. They call Shauna bisexual Stalin. Stalin was a chill dude, actually. You guys just don't get it. That guy, you know how like all of the people who are running our countries right now, we like us, and then our kids would be going to war for their bullshit, for their oligarch bullshit. When Stalin's son was kidnapped, like, well, he was kind of just like a prisoner of war, right? He did not exchange him or like go out of his way to betray his own people, the Soviets, betray them to Nazis or something like that, just for the sake of getting his son out, which is a very heartbreaking decision. And I'm not saying that this is like it's a very difficult decision to make, but his job was to be a leader to a whole like 300 million people. So actions like this speak more to me than whatever revisionist bullshit happens afterwards. Actually, let me get a bite. I melted some cheese, but it's kind of like cold now. Not me thinking about Jennifer's body, which has a similar theme. I think someone made a video essay about suffix and kind of like, yeah, what the fuck is up? I don't think that cannibalism is just vampire shit. Because vampire shit, again, you can stop and they're like, it replenishes itself. I think it's like has more to do with desire and things like that. Things that are replenishable, but at the same time can be wasted in the moment. You know what I mean? Villanelle is a sociopath, yeah. But I hate Shauna more. I like Villanelle, actually. She's really funny. I was thinking about Jennifer's body, like, yeah, is it vaguely sapphic? But oh my god, what is this movie? It's just like, it's very vaguely. I think, honestly, in my opinion, it is a bit male-gazy. Except people got pissed at it because it was like marketed the wrong way. No, the games too, man. Yeah. Yeah. It's really bad. There's a good video on it by this guy. Let me see. Let me see. The Last of Us. By Jack Saint. He's made 2 videos on this. One of them is Zionism in The Last of Us, and then the second one is Rewriting a Tragedy, an introduction to Zionism in The Last of Us. The first video just kind of introduces all the themes and why it's even being discussed and stuff like that, and it's very clear that it definitely is that type shit. I watched it recently. I think you should watch it too. It's pretty good. I'm so sorry for your Ellie loss. That's really disappointing. Yeah. Because I just, like, dude, you don't get it. She's just that girl. It's really fucked. Yeah, like, why can't we have normal shit? Why do we have to have cannibals all the time? Like, I don't want them. Yes, but Lisa, where was Stalin in 1992? Exactly. Fuck, where was he in 92? Shit. Oh, so that's why you're wearing red. Well, yeah, the person who made the games, who like had the idea for it and whatever, and um, he got his idea about the cycle of violence or whatever from like seeing Palestinian people celebrating a couple of Israelis dying or something like that. And it was like, just a couple? You killed like hundreds of thousands of them. What are you whining about anyway? Anyway. Hey, but I heard communism was bad without learning the history of Russia. Yeah. Every day people say shit like, you know what? I'm gonna give you this. This isn't just Westerners or something like that. Like, I have fights with Russians about our own history because they don't know it. We've been so apathetic because we've been conditioned for 30 years to be apathetic about shit. And because our government was dismantled against our wishes, that every time I have a conversation, like, yes, a few days ago, someone was like, God, in like, yeah, in the 70s, we had like dentists come in and like fix kids' teeth at schools for free and whatever. And it was like a constant thing because that way you kind of get like people have healthier teeth and stuff like that if they just come to school and they just do shit there or whatever. I had doctors come to school as well, like that was pretty normal even after Soviet times, but not dentists. In any case, a bunch of Russians chime in and they're like, well, actually, even though it was free, it was without anesthetics. And I'm like, when do you think anesthetic in dentistry became the norm for average people in America? Because it was not in the 70s, brother. It was later as well. Because we did not have the right anesthetic that would be localized like this, that could be used in dentistry, that would work on dental nerves at the time. Except for people who maybe, like, would be so rich that they could get opioids for no fucking reason without, like, prescription from the doctor. Like, why don't you know? Like, I understand you don't know American history, but look it up, bitch. It's not that difficult. If you're gonna be getting into this conversation, at least look it up. We can fight about so many things. There's so many things that were wrong in every single country at any point in time. We can find something in every single place in the world, regardless of whether you overall agree with it or overall dislike it. But this, bitch, I need you to look it up. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. And this is, again, this is me fighting with my own fucking people because they don't know our own history. Anyway, that's the point. The corruption by hostile wilderness life and being stuck in New Jersey is the point of watching. They never were good people. It's about survival and mystery. Yeah, but again, there needs to be a bit more complex. I think that they just kind of wrote it themselves into a corner because they can't fucking decide whether it's supernatural or not. Let's start there. Second of all, I only like watching shows about bad people when it's the entire cast are just kind of shit. If it's a comedy, like Arrested Development. I do not fuck with drama and stuff like that when there's like everyone is annoying. Also, Sophie Thatcher's character is not bad in my opinion, even though she still participated in a lot of shit that she shouldn't have participated in. She's still like, this is more of a complex person to compare to everybody else who was just acting wild for no reason. People like to defend bad lesbian movies and TV because we honestly don't get much representation, so people are very attached to the slop we do have, but we can want more, y'all. Exactly. But also, oh, bye, Waverly. But also, I think Bound is a good example of, like, yeah, it's not like an art movie, but it's a very good movie. But I get the want for lesbian fluff. Only thing I can recall is But I'm the Cheerleader. I'm like, the thing is, I'm not even asking for fluff, dude. I'm just asking for no cannibalism. Is that too much to ask? Have I listened to Girl in Red? I haven't. Should I? Lisa Comrade Fall. Gosh, I hate this cycle of violence rhetoric. Me too. Oh my god. They responded. And then they respond. And the thing is, like, with Ellie too, mm, I understand her preoccupation with Abby, but after killing so many people who were Joels to somebody, you should have fucking stopped, right? And then the creator thinks it's the same as, like, a never ending onslaught of military. This is like he's trying to look at the conflict that's created by greed and money through a lens of personal relationships, which is idiotic. Mm, I haven't heard of I'm Not Okay With This. It was me feeling bad about the Romanovs after seeing a documentary about them as a child, but then learning about the Russian Revolution. Exactly. Even in class, when I was back home, people would like talk about it was in religious school. Even though I'm not religious, but um, they were like like talking about the Romanovs like it was so tragic, and it's like, yeah, those bitches starved kids just like their own kids every single day, millions upon millions, and a week or fucking couple of months before, um, the Tsar literally killed everybody who came to just talk about the fact that they want bread. And it was literally called a Bloody Monday or something, or Bloody. I think it was Bloody Monday, but it might have been Friday, bitch. It was one of those, and he just like murdered everybody who came to protest because they wanted bread. And I'm supposed to give a fuck that his daughters got shot? Who cares? Who cares? Oh my god. Yeah, they made communism a dirty word. I see why so many leftists are afraid to say it. Yeah, people have been so brainwashed here, and it's like, just go learn the truth. Don't read something like Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand is a fucking Nazi. Why would you learn from her about fucking Soviet Union? Of course, a Nazi is not gonna like us. Why would they? Simply, like, I have this stupid shit I like that I know is bad as far as lesbian representation, but at least I know it's bad and want better. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking it. Like, for example, Yellowjackets first season was pretty fucking good, but I'm just saying that it's really weird that it's always so violent, and I feel like it doesn't have to be. I'd say like Arcane has good representation, for example, in my opinion, even though it still involves violence and still involves like fighting other shit like that. But I have my gripes with Arcane season 2 because I haven't even seen the entire thing. I have seen only clips of this fucking show. But I'm so pissed because they literally just like, it's also propaganda basically against the working class, which is fucked in my opinion. Comedy with insufferable people kind of slaps. Exactly. I love my live streams equally. I don't care for Sims. What? What do you mean? Bound rocks. Exactly. I'm not okay with this. Was such a treat. Um yeah, I haven't seen anything about it. Bottoms was very refreshing though. Yeah, I've talked about it last week, that I'm kind of so weirded out by the fact that every single actress that played a gay or a queer character, um that none of them were in public relationships with anyone um other than cis men, which is like, I mean, okay, I guess. Corky is literally doing more for sapphic rep than half of the head slop coming out today. Exactly. During all of this, recently, Melanie Martinez's new album has been such a breath of fresh air. I do not really fuck with her, to be honest. I really didn't like Bottoms, actually. All my friends loved it and related to it, but I just didn't see myself in it at all. Yeah, I mean, I starting with the speech that Ao does in the beginning. I fuck, what is her name in that movie? Fuck, I don't know. But her whole speech of like, when she started it with like, oh yeah, I'm like doing long game with Isabel. I'm like, okay, that's like funny, realistic, whatever. But then she starts doing like, oh, and she's like washed up and whatever, and it's like, okay. So since when, what the fuck is going on? Since when are lesbians loser insults? Get out of my face. You guys are pissing me off. Um it's even worse in other post-communist countries. You have politicians who were literally in the Communist Party back in the day yapping about how the center-left parties will bring communism back. Um, Center-left? Do you mean liberals? That's right-wing. I don't think they have any center-left parties. Um, it was Sunday? Damn. Hello. Oh, hi. Hi, MT. The way this conversation is going, we're going to write Soviet Sapphic spy graphic novel. As we should. Actually, as we fucking should. May chance not spy, but revolutionary times. That would be even better. Arcane has nice representation, sure, but the propaganda man. Exactly. Fuck. They can go fuck themselves. Making you put a fucking cop badge on. I was like, you can't be serious. You cannot be fucking serious. They can fuck themselves, actually. I cannot. This is just like so frustrating. Listen, I think that she would have been an okay character if she actually didn't stick with the cop shit. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe she could have actually realized some things because of Vi. But no, we went the opposite fucking direction. Which is ew. Let's start there. In Jinx Sale 2, gross. That scene is really good though. It was well done though, you guys. I know that some people are like, oh, it's like not whatever. I think it was really well done. It's really like human, nice, cute, hot. It's not like, but I still cannot deal with the philosophy of that whole show. I can't deal with it. I don't agree politically with anybody who made that show. Arcane is propaganda, but I agree. I really like how they portray their female leads and relationships. Yeah. Daria, please don't support Melanie. She's not a good person. Exactly. I couldn't listen to Melanie anymore after the R word accusations. Yeah, me too. And also the thing is, her first album, the whole Crybaby, I don't want any baby shit around any of the themes that she was discussing. I want nothing. None of that merging. Thank you. I dropped season 2 of Arcane. I couldn't take it anymore. Exactly. Them also making Victor into a villain, in quotations. They can go fuck themselves. As per usual, they take a Slav and make him the villain because he wants better. Bye, Nico. I'd gladly publicly date Havana Rose Leo. I don't know if any of them will ever fucking date somebody who's not a headman. At least publicly. They might insinuate it. They all insinuate. That's what they love to do. They love to insinuate. Speaking of sapphic relationships, I've been looking at conversations about the Alphaba and Glinda relationship and the power dynamic. I haven't seen the film, but the conversation looked interesting. Yeah, I'm talking about Caitlyn. The thing is, she's coming from privilege. She's coming from military cop shit. The thing is, the philosophy. Caitlyn is just the result of the entirety of the philosophy of that show. She herself is not even that interesting in terms of like discussing this because there was no other way they would go about it considering how the show is. You know what I mean? Bye, Pokrash. Season 2 really dropped the ball. I mean, yeah, I think we should have expected that. There's never gonna be a show by a major company in the West that's going to actually stick to their guns of actually seeing working class people as people. They will maybe give you some fanfare. They might give you some like, look at how heroic they are and they just endure. It's kind of the same approach as like to women, you know? But no one's ever gonna change anything. The only baby allowed is Sulgi's baby, not baby. Exactly. Are you late? Not really. I mean, ex-Communist Party members have now turned right-wingers, trying to scare people away from left-leaning parties by calling them communists. Oh yeah, those fuckers, they are the ones who literally, where were they in 92? Because I know those bitches were doing some shady-ass shit, getting their money on our dime, and then a bunch of fucking, and all the Eastern Europeans fucking bought this stupid ass shit. It's so annoying. We keep fighting about this because it's just like, stop. Like, do you not see what they've done to us? Just look at the facts instead of looking at what they're fucking saying, those assholes. God damn. I'm very fine with dating Vanilla Rose Leo non-publicly. Girl, unless you're in a country where it's like illegal or some shit, I don't want to hear it. It reminds me a lot about Ola Renati Pop's videos where she comments about the power dynamic between Louis and Lestat's relationship in Interview with a Vampire. Black man dating a white man in early 1900s America. Exactly. This is me and her not being able to talk about all this shit without the context of history and oppression. Because how, like, I need everyone to be serious. Do you know what I mean? Like, damn. Your hair is looking so good. Thank you. Also, question. Do you guys think what kind of hair length do I suit best in your opinion? I can't decide. Also, them giving Victor religious subtext after he got revived was a choice. Yeah. And it's like, oh, you're surprised that a person who's got disability is more like is actually principled. You're surprised that he would actually not become like a puppet. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's given. We were talking about Arcane and propaganda in it. Propaganda, sorry. I need my pillows because I'm sitting on this chair and it's like not very comfy. Wait. I just got here. That's funny. It's Debbie, but thank you. I'm just like kind of been really, I don't know. I really hate mid length. Not because like I can't do anything with it or something. No, like I can do something with it. It's just like for some reason I just kind of don't really fuck with the look of mid length. I only like short and I only like long. And now I'm like in this like you can never have both or have them close to each other. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't go short and then immediately after that go long. Except if you do like fucking extensions, but that is gonna really fuck with your hair follicles. Yeah, I really love the bob. That's why I was thinking about it. Because, like, I asked, okay, dude, I asked my assistant about this. I was like, which hair looks best on me? That bitch tells me, oh, maybe like up to your like collarbone. I was like, are you nuts? Simply. I forgot to give the kettle back. My mom was like, dude, kettle. Empty, you and my assistant. I'm gonna get you, both of you. Because the thing is, this would be shoulder length. Like, wait, this. I don't really. I think like here, not shoulder length, more like. Mm, I don't know. I had like when I cut my hair because of cancer. That was a look, dude. That was such a look. Wings and Chantix hair next, up to my feet. I also love changing my hair constantly and also love it when others do so. No real opinion from me. I like the bangs, but I feel like any length would suit you. I thank you. Yeah, it's just like I personally just don't like mid length because it feels like middle of the road, and I'm not a middle of the road type of person. You know what I mean? Um, I vote long. I lost hope in my hair. Um, why did you lose hope in your hair? What? Mid length always pisses me off too because it seems so unstyled always. Yeah, it feels kind of like meh. Like whatever you do with it, it feels like it's like just like not like a non hairstyle for some reason. I prefer bob because it gives fairy vibe. Yeah, it's so cute. Yep, thank you. Mm, Black would be too dark on me. Because technically, my hair color, if you compare it, like on me, it looks like I'm a brunette. But then if you take my hair and you put it next to someone who's an actual brunette, not even black hair, not even dark hair, but just like more like chocolatey actual brown, it looks so light. And it's because I'm so pale and all of my features are kind of close to each other in color kind of. Like my eyes look dark, but then when you look at them up close, they're actually quite light, but because my skin is so pale, the contrast is like so it's really harsh on me when I put on black when I do black hair and stuff. I can still work with it, but I'm gonna look like a vampire, like as if I'm going for a goth look. You know what I mean? I like the Bixie. You know, like the Bixie, but it like grew out a little bit, and it was like so cute. Mm, no, I don't really care for doing different like updos and whatever. Mm-hmm. Mm, I think this is the length that I really liked. Let me see. It's hard to see there because it's like under a hat, but um it's just the problem is whenever I cut my hair, I miss my really long hair. Whenever I have really long hair, I miss my short hair. I love the hair that I had during like when I took that picture that is like on my Twitter. Mm, wait, let me see. this, and let me see. I guess it's kind of shoulder length, but it's not really. It's a little shorter, I think. No? Girl, I don't know. Let me see. This one? Is it too big for the screen? Perchance. Oh, you want a hair tutorial? I'm not that good at hair, but I can teach you some things just because I have like so many cowlicks. Like I have one here, one here. That's why my bangs always need to be uneven, like the way that I cut them, because otherwise it will never look right. Even I don't know, dude. Yes, I'm like very very low contrast. You know, that's why like I like to put that black wig from time to time. That's kind of a vibe. But I don't want to have that dark of a hair all the time. You cut your hair into a bob due to constant hair loss? You can use acidic shampoo to help with like buildup if your hair is like falling out because of the products and stuff like that, which you might not even use that many products, but some shampoos and some conditioners are too heavy for some hair. Do I cut my own hair? Yes. Yeah, I think so. Like, kind of make it ethereal, or you can make it edgy depending on the styling. I agree. Honestly, just say fuck all and go with a Chelsea cut. Chelsea cut? Is it like high-low kind of deal? Sulky, short, wolf cut. Yeah, I think that wolf cuts are not as versatile, though. I truly think discovering your channel was a blessing in disguise. I've learned so much from your videos alone. I think it's best to award your attention with those that actually deserve it, which is why I stopped watching these big YouTubers. Yeah, no, same. I have like, I don't know, I'm really not enjoying the direction of YouTube recently. I find that it's very difficult to find something that I like, and maybe it's just like growing out of it or something like that, but I don't think so, because I used to find so many things that I enjoyed. Now it's like I think that people are discouraged from making something good because of the algorithm. So even creators that I do like get stuck in a loop, like they get stuck in doing the same type of shit. That's why, again, I'd rather have a discussion live where we can actually have a conversation and like change direction of the conversation based on how we feel and whatever, but discuss these topics in this type of way, than me having to make the same type of fucking video over and over and over again just for the sake of the algorithm liking me. Like, I just don't give a fuck enough, I think, to be like big or something, or to make money. I love money because I'd love to be able to take care of my family, but in general, I'm not really greedy like that. So, you know, it's snowing last week. It was literally last week it was literally plus 20. Dude, it's so fucking crazy, honestly. Red Lisa era was cool too, and two-toned era. I kind of like the two-toned the highlights. I fucking hated those highlights. I didn't like them at all. I didn't even want to get them, but my mom was like, oh, maybe we should get some highlights, and we got them, and I was like, I fucking hate them. I saw that Manon isn't in the new Cat's Eye video, and she won't be showing up for Coachella as well. It is looking so icky. Yeah, but also good for her because their music is so ass. Um, I I always had short hair, and it was hella ugly on me as a guy. Once I grew it, I think I finally found a style that suits me. Only took forever because I was afraid of what people would say, because guys can't have long hair apparently. Yeah. Not me. That sounds like I'm agreeing with that last statement. I don't, as you can probably guess. Um, a Chelsea cut is like, it's just business in the front, party at the back. AKA, you're kind of bald, but you have bangs. Yeah, no. Not bald, bald. Well, you know what? No, actually. Random question: does anyone have movie recommendations? Not really, but maybe someone in the comments or in the chat does. I saw Project Hail Mary a few weeks ago. Um, Wait, what the heck? I think it's pretty versatile. I have a wolf cut, but you just might want to cut it a little longer so you could tie it at least. Hi. Half of the YouTubers I genuinely enjoyed started doing some. I watched Read This So You Don't Have To, and it's the same video every single time, and I can't watch them anymore. Yeah, it's kind of like, I've been thinking about like the deep dives that I do, and the fact that I think that a lot of people probably don't even want to watch or don't want to give my deep dive, for example, a chance, because in the past 3 years, a lot of people who would enjoy the video that I made are not even like clicking, maybe because I think that YouTubers have bastardized the word or the combination of words of a deep dive. Every single one is like basically kind of like Mike's Mike retelling what happens in a fucking movie or something. Like he keeps on doing that shit. And he did the same thing with PLL. And I loved the PLL video. But the fact that it basically changed the landscape, that people are thinking that it's deep dive now just to tell what happened in the show instead of analyzing it, is what I think is kind of broke the genre apart. Like most people, like I get so many comments, people being like, oh wow, this was actually an analysis. I'm kind of surprised. I didn't want to even watch it because it said deep dive. And it's like, fuck, I've been saying deep dive since the very beginning. I was one of the first people who said that, like who was using it. So to me, changing it, it's kind of like it kind of sucks that I would have to, I guess. But at the same time, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? No. Half of the YouTubers I genuinely enjoy started doing some. Oh yeah, wait, I already read that. Girl, where is the brand of the red oxblood colored long coat you have? I'm obsessed with it, trying to find in vintage and thrift stores with no luck. I found it in a thrift store, and I tried to find the brand, but it was like some kind of Turkish brand from like 2000s that doesn't even produce anything anymore, as far as I understand. I just kind of got like lucky, honestly. Yeah. Shaming men into having short hair is a harmful propaganda. Why can't guys enjoy whimsy? Exactly. Yes, deep dives have such a bad connotation now, and it sucks. I literally live for your deep dives. They're so fun to watch and rewatch. Yeah, and it's like I kind of have a problem with the fact that so many people who are bigger than me are the ones who, well, it's not that they're the problem is not that they're bigger. The problem is that since they have such a huge reach, they have reshaped what deep dive means, and now I basically don't know what to call my this video style because people are not getting it right. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna actually talk about Cipollino in the next episode probably. Yes, it's always so confusing to me. I want to watch a deep dive, not I watched this so you don't have to. Exactly. And like the thing is, I'm not even when I watch deep dives, I don't even expect a lot of research outside of this show or something like that. I want analysis. That's what I'm looking for, you know? And they never have any of that going on. Yeah, like don't call it a deep dive then because you really fucked that up for deep dives. Exactly. To me, deep dive, analysis, criticism, art direction, fashion, etc. But most YouTubers use it to mean just summarizing. Yeah, they just summarize. At best, if you're lucky, they might analyze the characters. That's it. If you're lucky. That's why I'm like, fuck, like I think that people are getting the wrong idea about my videos now. Like when I call it a deep dive, I don't know if they're even getting what the fuck I'm on about, you know? Capitalism and Authority, yeah, it's a really nice children's animation. Yes. If you like a little whimsy and drama, I've recently watched Ondine, an Irish romantic drama with a sprinkle of Celtic folklore. Selkies. Oh. Hardcore analysis or profound analysis. Oh, I checked out Cipollina after you mentioned it, and wow, exactly, dude. It's a really surreal, bizarre short film. It's really fun, mixed media. Have you seen Bound? We should. This is what it should be. Honestly, we should make a little audio clip that just goes, "Have you seen Bound? Do you know Corky? Have you seen Bound? Just wondering if you've seen Bound." Um, Lately, I've been watching paleontology videos to sleep. What kind? Are they fun or, I mean, interesting? Or if they're boring, are they boring in like a really nice way? We need a Bound watch along stream. Yes, but we'll get banned here if we do that. Not because, well, actually, yeah, it is kind of risque a little bit. But I'd say because copyright. Cipollina, my kind son. Exactly. You guys get it. Um, Imagine watching a show and then 20 people on YouTube just want to retell everything that happened in it for you again. Just hell. We live in hell. Yeah. And the thing is, they also, like, the thing is, when I make a video that's like 5 hours long, there's a reason for it. I try to cut down as much as possible. I try to make things as condensed as possible. I try not to address things too many times, like in two different um, chapters or whatever. I try to um, organize it as much as possible. But then sometimes I see people making an 8-hour video on something and you open it and it's just slop. Just slop. It performs better though, so I don't know. Um, so maybe I'm not getting something. We could always just put a timestamp on the movie and watch it on our own and just do a commentary as a group. True. We could watch it on Patreon too if I just do it like public live. Uh, what about Hassan? What about Hassan? I actually was gonna talk about Hassan today, about one thing that I saw. Lisa, would you ever consider doing a deep dive on the Tinkerbell franchise, like the Disney movies? I don't know. I've never watched them and never was into them. Um, so I don't know. Um, this is the hell that Dante was talking about, literally, the ninth fucking circle of it. Uh, for those of you who want a cute and funny series, I recommend the Irish series Dairy Girls. Oh yeah, Dairy Girls are great. Um, oh hi Esther. What did we? What was that question about Hassan? What are we talking about? Lisa, I need help. I reported my teacher for doing malpractice, even though he really likes me only because I'm the top student. He supports nepotism and promotes AI, even though it's bad opinions. What kind of opinions do you want from me? I think it's fine. Like, if it was malpractice, you reported it, good. How's the stream going? Pretty well, I think. I don't know. Well, regardless, let me actually talk about that thing that I was going to talk about Hassan. Obviously, as per usual, this is some nonsense that happened. When is it not? So, Hassan was on the plane. I guess. First time watching a live while you're actually streaming. I'm always putting on your lives after I get off work. Hassan, Twitch Hassan? Yeah, Twitch Hassan. Yeah, I saw you posted about Hassan. Oh, you mean like in the post there was like a screenshot of this? Yeah. Hedgehog in the Fog also so fucking good. Yeah. All of them are good, like all of those that MT recommended. But let me see. So Hassan was someone. This Laura Loomer took pictures of him. I guess in first class. And again, the dumbest shit is always going on with these motherfuckers. I'm so tired of having this conversation with people who are like, "How are you a commie?" or "How are you?" I guess he's a sock dam. I don't believe that's the way to go. That's way too right wing for my liking, but whatever. It's his life. But when it comes to this conversation, every dumbass who thinks they know something about the economy or whatever comes in and says something like, well, how is he a socialist and he's in the first class, or he's selling merch, or he's doing this, or he's streaming, whatever. First and foremost, if you one sec. If you know anything about Marxism, you would actually know that any form of socialist government, any form which precedes communism, any form of that type of government is only achieved through industrialization, through a lot of rapid expansion of a lot of industries, and this is achieved through it's kind of like you need to transition, right, from a place where you don't have a lot of things, for example, taken care of in terms of like physical real things like production of medicine, other things like that, right? And you transition from that to being self-sufficient and to being actually to being able to have people entirely protected and have their needs met, right? This is the reason why China, for example, is very much socialist, because I think I had this idea when I was like younger. I was like, well, it seems like China is not communist, is it? Because of how much like business they do in general, right? But that's not how it works. When you actually start to read Marx, and then you start to read Lenin, and then you start to read Mao, and then you start to read all of them, it makes a lot of sense why China is doing things the way that it's doing, because you cannot live in a world as an autonomous state, right? You cannot live in a world as an autonomous state with a communist system when the rest of the world isn't communist. You're going to have to be able to protect your sovereignty. Fuck, how do you say it in English? Dude, you get it. By means of actually being industrialized enough, right? By a bunch of different approaches. Everything that China is doing is textbook. to be fucking honest. Textbook transition. So whenever people say shit like that, I'm like, okay, first of all, clearly you don't understand how the things work. Second of all, you don't understand that an economic system is an economic system. You don't function within an economy on your own. If you live in a capitalist society, you're going to have to do capitalism. It's not optional. Do you understand? This is why we don't like it, okay? Because we don't have a different option. This is constantly the same fucking conversation. It's like, how dumb do you have to be not to understand that you either have one economic system or another economic system? They cannot coexist because they are diametrically opposed to each other. You can't fucking have both of them at the same time. So you cannot especially practice a collectivist mindset and stuff like that as an individual. You have to do it in a collective. So you might be philosophically and politically aligned with one thing, but if you're living in a completely different system, you're going to have to be still existing within that system, because not having a job, not having credit cards or bank accounts and stuff like that is going to cut you out of real life entirely, to the point where you wouldn't be able to function. This is why a lot of people who don't have documents, or they don't have credit cards, or they don't have this or that, out of not even documents, because documents is like fucking obvious and it's in every country, but in terms of like credit cards, credit scores, other things like that, you are cut out from social and economic life entirely if you don't have those prerequisites. So what are you talking about? It's such a dumbass fucking thing to say, and it pisses me off that I have to hear it all the time. And I'm not going to be explaining it that often, to be honest, because I just can't. I can't fucking deal with people. But I wanted to bring it up because I was like, girl, you getting on my nerves, for real. And the fact of the matter is, it is very creepy that she just came up and fucking took pictures like this of them. In Ireland right now, and the whole country is in chaos because the farmers protesting the rising price of oil and petrol have blocked the ports and the roads. We are running out of fuel for cars. Damn. So everyone is acting like a zombie apocalypse day one. Supermarket cleared out. It's crazy. Yeah, why people are so quick to fucking panic. It's crazy. And if they want this to end, they should maybe, I don't know, put pressure on countries like Israel and America to fucking stop being lunatics. Off topic, but the fact that the person posted photos of them while they were sleeping and without their consent is weird, kind of sussing behavior. Yeah, no, this is very creepy. I wonder if they can fucking sue, because this isn't an official appearance. He's not streaming or something where he's like publicly visible, right? Or consenting to being visible. So this is kind of like, this is real fucked. There's so much more important things to critique about Hassan. The only person who actually does it properly, from what I've seen, is Elliot Sang. Sorry, English is my first language. Oh, your English is totally fine. But also, I do not focus on critiquing leftists publicly. The reason for it, I have explained in my last live, is that I can talk to them personally if need be. Or if there's something completely like so egregious that I think is super damaging, then I might speak out about that. But in general, I do not think it's productive, because people are so uninformed and so dumb that having these conversations publicly is not going to do anything, especially when we can talk about it privately and have a conversation between two peers who actually know what the fuck they're talking about and move somewhere. Hassan is not left enough for me. But that doesn't really matter to me, because we're dealing with a Nazi epidemic. I think I'm going to focus on them first. I've got no interest in wasting my time talking about, like, picking apart things publicly. If we're privately talking, I'm sure as fuck going to be criticizing and stuff like that, because that's our job, to criticize each other, critique each other, have constructive conversations, especially when we're talking about politics, economy, and stuff like that. But publicly, there's no fucking point. There's no reason to be doing all that. Because who's profiting off of that? Who's gonna get more ammunition to use? Is it gonna be us? No. Um, sovereignty. Sovereignty? I don't know, girl. My gripes with Hassan is his connection with the Democrats and Graham Plattner. Yes, same. Also, his take on people not benefiting from the imperial core. He sold out bad to the Dems. I just don't agree with, like, first of all, I just don't see Soc Dems as like a viable option. You cannot be moving towards communism or towards any equitable system through participating in the fucked up, deranged, capitalist, Epstein riddled circles and systems. There's no fucking way this is gonna work. It's kind of like good people forced into bad decisions. A communist country in the context of the global system is oxymoronic. We are always transitional until leftist countries can safely transition. Yeah, you can critique Hassan about things he should be criticized for, but that doesn't mean the privacy of him and his assistants should be violated. Yeah, but also the thing is, if you want to criticize, that's cool. I want to see at least the same level of commitment to diverting masses from right-wing politics, from all of those people who are criticizing him publicly, okay? Because clearly, as I've said multiple times, even in this live, I am a lot further left than he is, and I do not agree with a lot of things that he's talking about just because we have different approaches, we have different beliefs. I'm sure he thinks he can do something with the Democratic Party. I don't think. I think it should be dissolved. Actually, the entire country should be dissolved and fucking structured. Most of the world needs to be treated that way because it's a mess. But it does not mean that he needs to be harshly criticized or like attacked, because I don't think that's productive, first of all. Second of all, I don't really see a point. I'm telling you, there's no point in doing that where we're dealing with so many fucking right-wingers and people genuinely saying stupid shit like we don't have enough food for everybody. Do you understand? Like we are a lot further off from where we should be to have these conversations. We have so much space to have these theoretical discussions with each other, like Hassan Elliott saying, and fucking me, for example. We could talk all day about our theoretical views on this and that, but the fact of the matter is the people need to be met where they are to pull them away from the bullshit, because many of them are not. It's not even the question of like, oh, they're too stupid. No one's saying that, even as much as the fact that people are so overworked and so tired, they have no lives because of how overworked they are. They are depressed, they are more aggressive, we all are, you know. And we're all so tired that many of us don't know what the fuck is going on. The only reason why I know this shit is because my job and my education is in this, you know. I just kind of this is like part of my job, you know. But for those people whose job is to take care of, like, I don't know, surgeries, for example, like heart surgeries, do you think they have the time outside of doing all the work that they need to do to be a surgeon? Do you think they have time to be as deeply into this discourse bullshit as I am? No. This is why we have representatives. This is why we have people who are doing this shit. But this is just not this is not a way to go, I think. This could be done better. This could be done like, I would love to have a conversation with Elliot or with Hassan about things privately. Or privately in the sense of like not one-on-one, but in a party setting, right? Party as in like if we're having a meeting at like a communist party or something like that, and they have time to speak on something, and then we have a discussion, whatever. This could be productive. This type of calling out, what the fuck is that gonna do when we have Joe Rogan that needs to be fucking shot? What is that gonna do? Exactly. That guy, I swear to God. None of them have a backbone. Such little bitches, I swear to God. I can't deal. Yeah, you can critique Hassan about things. He should be critiqued on, but doesn't mean that privacy. Yeah, oh yeah, I already read that. Sucks that there's only like 5 good American Democrats who have any actual platform. Who gives a shit? Even if they get a platform, they're Democrats. They're within the system that is a clown fest, diverting all the energy from the masses, all the people who give a fuck, people who have any opinions, people who have any energy, any money, diverting all of them from actual change into voting and being little bitches. Who needs that? I still vote though, but it doesn't mean that I'm not pissed about it. That this is the only thing that people see as legit or valuable. Oh my god, I noticed you are in the right category. Gosh, you're good. Wait,
Gosh, I'm good.
you're so correct, actually. Hi, just got here, missed a lot. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, Pika is breaking in. One sec. Pika came in to drink some water. She's gonna make some noise. I think people just see China equals bad, and it's hard to get nuance because fear blocks the ability to think harder about it. China is not bad. Literally, China is based. I don't want to fucking hear people be like, well, they have problem. Don't talk, especially if you're from America. That's not for you to be deciding because you are such a mess. You shouldn't be talking about anybody else right now. Genuinely, this is not your issue. China's not your issue. North Korea is not your issue. None of this is your issue. You should be focusing on yourself because you're in such deep shit. That's not for you to be worried about at all. Like people forget that you have to deal with the immediate issue that is actually affecting you right now. I found out about Hassan through the YouTuber the Cavernicle criticizing him, and I agreed with all his criticisms, and I think the Cavernicle is a way better leftist YouTuber than Hassan. I'm sure that's true. I'm telling you, I don't think that Hassan is left enough for me, but it doesn't mean that it's just not I think there needs to be more people who are going to be palatable bridges from what is considered to be acceptable politics right now in the West and the left. People have such guttural reactions to a lot of things to the point where it is unproductive to have a lot of people who are that far left immediately. Like, there needs to be more people who are just like doing entertaining shit and pulling people away from the right wing Nazi bullshit, like white supremacy type of shit, Because this is where we're losing everybody, is that so many people have been told the same shit their entire lives to the point where they're just not open to hearing anything. Everyone in my circle is already preparing their bunkers, so low-key just lost hope. Bunkers for what? People who prepare bunkers, it's like, baby girl, do you value life on a planet like that, which would require you to be in a bunker that much? Can't relate. I don't know. Lisa, I wonder if there's people would misunderstand the core satire of Warhammer 40k. I don't know what that is, to be honest. Elliot's super good. Yeah, I've seen some of his videos. I don't know I think he streams, right? I can't figure out how his shit works, to be honest. Like, I was kind of looking at it and I was like, it seems like he's streaming. Why don't I ever see him stream, though? Like, how is this? Whatever. Yeah, as much as I hate capitalist society, I have to participate in it to survive because it is either that or not having a means to live. Exactly. It's like the whole conservative, if you don't like it, then leave mentality. Twitch acted so weird for a second, but I'm back. Ooh. Why was it weird? Hassan is not left enough for me. I'm saying this from now on because that's exactly my issue. Yeah. And the thing is, I've got no reason to focus on criticizing him. There's no reason to do that. He's doing net positive already because he is so masculine. He is such a stereotypical dude kind of thing that he's already doing a lot in terms of just turning people away from the right-wing pipeline, and that's enough for me. He does not have to be Madeline Pendleton. We have a Madeline Pendleton. You can go listen to Madeline Pendleton instead. I think Hassan is not left enough to keep being the path for people to stop demonizing left, but not fully center, Well, he's just the path for people to go to find out about other people. I think that he needs to maybe introduce more further left people to his audience, so this is more effective. But I think that the fact that he's turning people away from right wing shit is already good, because a lot of people will find out about him, get desensitized to some of the statements that people have been brainwashed to react to, like crazy people, to things like, we have enough food for everyone. Like, people here literally jump on your throat if you say that. They're like, no, we don't. Who told you that? The Epstein class, and you fucking listened? Do you have to be a moron? Like, is that like a special hobby of yours? What's with the commitment? But I think, regardless, I've got no interest in focusing on criticizing him. He's as long as, like, I guess I don't really see why people, like, for example, when I found out that Mamdani was in the Democratic Party, I was like, what the fuck? You don't even have your own party? Like, that's socialist? Then yeah, I don't trust you immediately. But I do think he's better for New York than anybody else. Does that mean that he's actually a change, or that he's actually, no, not really. Like, he is for New Yorkers, but overall he's just gonna funnel people back into Democratic Party, which is just a bunch of impotent bitches. Like, there's nothing that's gonna change from that. Do you know what I mean? Like, overall, in big picture terms. Love this format. Ooh. There's probably a communist party wherever you are. Should look into it, but be careful with it, because, for example, ACP in America, complete bullshit. CP USA, now we're talking. Okay. It's easy to sit down and destroy each other for lefting wrong, but there is so much other bullshit going on around us. It's insane. Like, come on, you people. That's the thing. Listen, self-correcting and critiquing each other is one of the core beliefs of leftists. However, you can do it privately. You can do it at your actual gatherings. You can do it in person. You don't have to be doing it online. You don't have to be making drama out of it, Because the thing is, it's one thing if it was like, there's debate events where everyone's a leftist and debating like different types of topics or whatever. But this is not what's happening. People are just creating drama, and that's useless. It's easy to sit down. Oh, wait, I saw a video recently, and there was a very good quote saying evil has a supply chain. Like, everyone plays a very small part in evil systems, and it prevents people to oppose. Yeah, that's so for real. Like, some things are just stupid and small, so people should treat them that way, not over-exaggerate and create chaos over drama no one knows. Yeah, it's concerning how fast people can fall into right-wing politics, and it's especially working-class people who are the most targeted by these parties. Yeah, it's because they're so comfy. Like, right-wing politics will just tell you that it's the fault of whichever minority. You don't ever have to hear, dude, we have to dismantle everything and build something for real, and it's going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be a lot of restructuring. It's going to be a lot of tedious shit. No one wants to hear that. They want to hear something dumb like, octopuses, like octopi, they're not from this planet. They were just transplanted here. Like Joe Rogan talks about that type of shit. Like, that's what people who are tired beyond words, who have no background in history or in any humanities, this is the level that they can operate, not because they're stupid, but because they're too tired. And this is the whole point of making people so tired, is because they can't participate fully. Oh, hey, you vote in the States. I thought you were Russian or something. I vote in Canada. I am a Russian, but but I'm Russian Canadian. Um, yeah, I agree with this. I tend to not be as knowledgeable about leftist things, but I sure am not going to be right wing anytime soon. It feels easier to move people from the right. I mean, it's just we need to at least move people away from white supremacy. It's like, and patriarchy and things like that that are really, really damaging. Isn't wait what clavicle? Isn't clavicle the meth smoking guy? She made an episode about him on the pod, or is that someone else? I don't think I've ever talked about clavicular because he's just a dumbass. Um, I still don't understand why people don't look at them and don't just laugh. Like, this is some loser ass shit. Like, yeah, I can't. Why don't people have any more, um, like, aura radar? Like, why are so many people following the biggest losers around? It's so disgusting. Like, at least pick somebody who's charismatic. At least I can get that. This, okay. It's at least so easy to get caught up in such small details, and then those same people don't ever go to demos or protest or even read. Yeah. The cavernicle, not clavicular. Oh, that's what you guys are talking about. Okay. He's like a gateway to it. Yes, like what's the point of a bunker if there's gonna be nothing worth it on the outside? Use those resources into building better places, communities, societies. Exactly. Um, not gonna lie, as a 16-year-old, I learned about socialism from Hassan. I have gone further left and almost 30, and as an almost 30-year-old, but yeah, net positive. That's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck to criticize him, dude. Like, I just don't. If we work together on something, if he's participating in something where we are working shoulder to shoulder, if we're comrades in a specific area, a specific question, yeah, sure, I'll tell him what's up, and he'll tell me what's up, and we'll fight it out, figure it out, whatever. What the fuck is the point of doing that online anyway? The whole point is that at least he is a certain type of person who is going to be more of a deterrent from right wing like belief systems and stuff like that. Because I sure as hell, with my woman Russian ass, I'm gonna be putting people off just off the get go because they're prejudiced, Not gonna lie. Oh wait, third parties have no chance in the U.S. system, so you kind of have to, unless we get proportional voting or something besides the current math of elections. There's no point in discussing elections anymore, you guys. You're way past that. You should be discussing alternatives to this government in general. I don't understand why you're still talking about how to reform things, because this is not gonna work. Just look at how it's been done in other countries and where it's actually worked and where it hasn't, and you're gonna see that this type of shit, this approach of like, well, maybe we can get a different type of voting system, it's not gonna work. You're way past that. My friend used to live in a house that had a bunker, and her dad turned it into a playroom. It was so weird going to her backyard into an underground bunker to play Barbie. Damn. Okay. I have been crying at Ziki Murin photos for days. I fucking hate right wingers. Who the hell is Ziki Murin? Who? What are we talking about? We need people on many fronts when it comes to this, from casual streamers to people who do deep analysis and academic research, but Hassan could definitely use more of the leftism for real. I agree, but also, even with his views, he still goes to, like, for example, to China, or goes and meets with the Japanese Communist Party and whatever, even though he is not in the Communist Party. I think it's net positive. Do I think he's left enough for me personally? No. But many people aren't. I heard Joe Rogan used to be progressive and even had Bernie Sanders on his podcast. Bernie Sanders is a right-winger. He says he's a sock dam. Sock dams are just the most left a right-winger can be. It's still right-wing. Who's the clavicle guy? Should I know? No. Don't waste your time on that bullshit, for real. Have you heard of Django? Yes. I like Django. I do like Django. I follow her. Mm, I think she's pretty young though, right? Like she's in uni or something like that. But I do like her. She's not mincing her words, thank God. Clavicular is taking advantage of young men that don't know how to talk to women. He's basically Andrew Tate with the grift being looks maxing. Yeah, no, straight up. When I see people believing conspiracy theories, I always think of the paper I read in uni about how a lot of societal scientists would write papers about a special groups building advanced technology, all to not give credit to minorities who actually did those things. Do you mean like kind of like how people were trying to explain why Egypt has those huge ass pyramids and they're like, oh, it's aliens? Like they always try to basically say that it's not people who did it or whatever and start to come up with a bunch of conspiracy theories. My right-wing family members are hating on Trump every single time they talk with each other now. This is the first time in my life when I can talk with them freely about politics because they kind of gave up. Well, at least something, I guess. Problem is that the general populace wants this administration out, but when there's so much internal opposition locked into the House and the Senate, it makes it impossible. Impeachment does not work. Yeah, no, you're gonna have to just remove them. Physically. Don't listen to me, actually. I did not say a thing. Who said that? Bernie is also a Zionist. Exactly. That little fucker. I swear to God, when I found out, I was like, I fuck you, actually. God damn. I know I was just saying that Joe Rogan didn't used to be this crazy. Oh, well, maybe. I don't know his life and I don't care to know his life, to be honest. Yeah, impeachment, removal, and convict would be the only real way to get rid of the orange tyrant, but the Constitution isn't even remotely regarded. Dude, I mean, sorry to say, but he got impeached before and then you just re-elected him. Not only that, he didn't even get a fucking slap on the wrist for the impeachment. Yeah, I didn't say a thing. I think we all should be upstanding citizens. And I mean it. Girl. What can I say? Lassies. Life's weird like that, eh? Yeah, we're not. YouTube was already pissed at me, you guys. If you're wondering why my channel is the way that it is right now, it's because YouTube has been pissed at me for a while now. For a few things. The Senate didn't remove him. If he gets impeached again, there can be... What the fuck? There can still be a trial, but I already know it ain't happening. It's too long of a process. That's not good enough. You know what I mean? Now more than ever, we see that no good person can compensate for the rotten system. It reminds me of Hill House and the Rotten House, haunted and beyond salvation, taking good people who try to reform. Exactly. Any party that doesn't really want to dismantle the system and create a better one is not left. Yeah. Anyone who's not anti-capitalist is not left. When they're like, we just need better social support systems. It's like, right. And where are we going to get that money if we keep on giving it to the oligarchs? If it's internal, we're going to take it from the global south. I don't want to be doing that. Thank you. It's crazy how he can threaten G-side and face no consequence. I know. I just don't understand, dude. And no one is removing any of those countries from any of the Olympics or anything like that. So it's kind of like it's not even considered antisocial behavior apparently. Isn't that fun? Why is YouTube pissy? Um, you know my video that I've made on um Snow White um and Rachel Zegler? It's been pissed at me since then. Like that video performed really really well the first day, and then so it like went up to 9K or something like that quickly, and then suddenly there was like when you look at the ad ratings, basically on YouTube you give like a rating to your video yourself, and then sometimes there's a person who comes in and checks it and whatever, just so YouTube knows that, you know, whether you assess your own videos correctly in terms of how advertiser friendly they are. And mine was advertiser friendly, but as soon as the person who came in to checked it, my video got stuck. So it got 9K quickly and then suddenly stopped. And now it's been a year and it's only got what 1K or 2K views on top of that. How did I get, like, usually when your video does not perform well because people are not interested or it's not a good video, usually it goes like this, and then it kind of like it tapers out, you know? It's instead of going like this quick, it like goes like this, for example. The graph, right? Like it just goes um slow. And then it drops off in terms of the interest also slowly. Here it was this quick in terms of growth, and then it went like this, the graph. So since then, every single one of my videos has been kind of floundering, especially if it's not about Winx. Didn't I defend her though? Well, yes, that's why they're pissed. Because she supported Palestine and I supported her. You know? And YouTube took money from the state that shall not be named to promote them. Like millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. And around that same time, suddenly my videos stopped performing because I said things pretty directly. And then now I had this like group of white nationalists get mad at me in Canada. And one of them wrote to YouTube to block my video, my Patreon episode. Oh, not Patreon, oh my God, my podcast episode in Canada. And they did it, even though I don't think they even have, the person who complained, I don't think they even have an official... Какое? Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So my mom interrupted me and now I can't fucking remember what the hell I was talking about. But basically, they complained to YouTube that it's defamation because I just showed in my video. I was like, let's talk about Ukraine because people were asking me about it. And I was like, fine, we can talk about it. Because the thing is, people are acting like as if I wouldn't address it or something like that. And it's like, no, I'm okay to talk about any topics, really. So I talked about it and I showed the girl who was like harassing me at my gallery board position. She was like, you have somebody who identifies as a Russian in quotations, as if it's not an ethnicity. Now apparently Russian is not an ethnicity, you know. So YouTube is not supposed to block your video or take down your video due to defamation, not requests, what is it called? Accusations, right? Unless they get a document from the court where the judge signed off on it being defamation. I did not get any defamation cases filed against me. right? So I know for a fact, if I haven't been served the papers, YouTube hasn't been served the papers. When I reached out to YouTube, they sent like automatic messages to me at first. Then I sent them a message being like, listen, I talked to the customer service that's specifically for YouTubers inside the studio, like YouTube studio, right? And they were like, well, this is a legal issue, so it's with the YouTube legal team. So I went to talk to legal team, contacted them, and they were like, give us a link to the video, right? Even though I gave them a what is it called? The number for the case, right? So they are like, no, like give us the link to the video that you claim has been blocked in Canada. So I sent them the link, and they stopped responding because clearly they don't have, like, based on their own rules, they did not follow their own rules. So now I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to like file it or whatever. If you guys have any contact to any big YouTubers, please let me know. People who like, especially people who talk about shit like that, like FD Signifier or something, because I do not know how to go about it in any other way. But it's just like, why am I supposed to be groveling in front of white nationalists? I'm not fucking doing that. Especially the most insulting thing is that I, as a Canadian, have less of a say of what other Canadians can and cannot see in Canada. You have less of a say as to what you see as a Canadian than some white nationalist who's not even a Canadian. Because she's not even a Canadian. But she has more control over what we see here in Canada and can discuss. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fantastic? I fucking love it. I love it here. It's so great. No white nationalist problems. No white supremacy problems whatsoever here. Fucking hell, honestly. Anyway, the logic of capitalism states that eventually the social structures will not matter in the face of profit. Even if we started again, eventually we would end up here again. Well, yeah, I'm not saying that we need to start again with capitalism, obviously. You are correct, though. Yeah, everyone likes to critique the global south, but it is because of the global north's involvement that we're in this predicament. Exactly, dude. Literally. That sounds fucking fishy. That sounds so sabotaged, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, I mean, at first I thought that maybe I'm just kind of seeing shit, but then I started to see that same thing happen with other creators that I watched who also were not mincing words, and I was like, okay, so we're kind of in a pickle here, eh? Yeah, I forgot it's been a while since I watched that one. Yeah. YouTube is trying to say keep talking about cartoons, but no more than that. Exactly. No, it's like there's a filter on my channel, bitch. Like, I'm not even kidding. As long as if I say one word, there's like certain words that seem to be constantly flagged this way. Mama fucked. Why do I listen to Mama fact checking and bringing the receipts? Exactly. The way she privated her account to LOL victim mentality pro max. It's so fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm so like, I can't even, and it creeped out everybody on my board, like on the gallery board of directors. Everyone was like, did she just put your ethnicity in quotation marks? And I'm like, well, yes. I told you she's connected to literal white nationalist groups that have been accused of war crimes. Like, do you think I'm joking or something? Like, do you think I'm just like, I'm telling you this is serious. And they're here and they want to stay here. They want to get this, like, a citizenship, and stuff like that. So you have to get it together. You have to get it through your head that sometimes people do shit like that, Because otherwise your rights as a Canadian are just going to keep shrinking. I don't know what to tell you. That's just how it is. Identify as a Russian. The censorship around word problems on all platforms getting out of hand. Yeah, it's so bad. And like, what for? As if the world is not so screwed up now. Like, why can't I say words? It's not like I'm saying anything. It's like offensive words even. So they took the liberty to soft censor you. Yeah. It's not even defamation, though, in a literal legal sense. Because the thing is, I didn't even say anything that she didn't do. I didn't say any of the things that I have been told by people who reached out to me, being like, dude, this girl, she's been on this shit forever. You're not the first one and not the last one that she's been harassing. And I was like, oh, okay. But I did not talk about that. I did not spill any of the information that has been private, that's been in the DMs. I've only showed her public following list, who she follows, which was this far right party in Canada that is against Indigenous people, which is like, bitch, why are you here if you hate Indigenous people? Let's start there. Let's start there. Like, I'm sorry, that's just so nuts. I don't even know where to start, you know? And, dude, I genuinely, when I tell you, it's ridiculous, and I can't get anybody to respond. And this is literal white nationalists taking down my podcast. Defamation, my ass. Defamation to show who you follow. Defamation to show that you that you submitted and printed your artworks in a magazine ran by a guy from an IDAR battalion. I honestly knew something's got to give when that video first came out. LOL. Also, a lot of creators have big troubles with YouTube later, even lately, even non-political. Yeah, I even noticed that really big channels are underperforming. I'm really confused about that, to be honest. They're not even that political. They're not political at all, to be fucking honest. They're just like not right-wingers. And they're still underperforming recently. Is it something with the platform? Because they're really big. I was always a small channel. I've never been a big channel. So like it's not shocking if I fall in views, you know? Obviously, like I'm not that big of a fish to begin with. Pika keeps going back and forth. She's like scratching at the door and shit. You knew that something has got to give when that video came out. Which one? The Snow White. It pisses me off. You have a lot of Canadian listeners. Yeah, like considering our population is only 41 million, right, or like 40 million or so. The fact that my audience is still about 7% Canadian, even though we are literally like maybe what, like maybe 1/10 or like 1/8 of the size of the US. It's a pretty high percentage of my viewers who are Canadian, and they can't even fucking access. They can still access my podcast on other platforms, so like Spotify, other places, right? But this particular episode is not available on YouTube. And clearly there's something, either she has a connection or YouTube has made a colossal mistake that is going against my rights. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't think I know. There's like a couple of YouTubers I know who are bigger than me, but I don't know if they have any connections to YouTube, to be honest. And especially because even if they do, I don't know how much, like many people are not, they don't really have much of a backbone to actually stand up for anything. So sometimes it's really, like they might just think that, well, it's like drama instead of it being more about the fact that like literal white supremacists are taking down my stuff. YouTube sniffs your channel, and when it doesn't smell the like fairy dust, you get censored. Literally. Okay, girl, I'll never write mama and fact next to each other again. I got you. Thank you. Mama checking facts. That's how we're gonna go about this, okay? Had like 20 minutes, a 20-minute group phone call with my family. Finally back. Oh, hello. Nah, for real, she's obsessed with you. No, it's ridiculous. Thankfully, the art director of my gallery and everything is a chill person. Who's also not like a little, no. Like they also have backbone, so it's fine. It was fine, but oh, and this thing of not being able to say certain words also serves to desensitize to the meanings of these words. Like, don't get me started on people who say grape. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, how are we supposed to have these conversations? Because we keep getting blocked. This is why, by the way, you don't have that many leftist creators. Why Hassan is one of the only ones, and other things like that, is because platforms genuinely do censor you quite a bit. There's definitely something up with YouTube. I never get alerts for all the channels I follow. Same. I'm telling you, anyone who I followed, except for maybe like Drew Gooden and like even Curtis. Curtis has never been political or anything like that. He's just like not a right winger, I think. I know that he's definitely not like a conservative or a Republican or something, but I just don't know whether he's, anti-capitalist or not. But regardless of that, he's kind of, his podcast and stuff like that, I think also floundering a bit, even though he's pretty consistent with his quality and everything, you know what I mean? And he's so big at this point, this shouldn't be a problem for him at all. But this is kind of, I'm telling you, something with the platform specifically, because it's one thing when, again, I am struggling, because I've always been a small channel. This is normal. And I've always been talking about politics pretty openly. People get pissed at me because of that. Like, I literally made a whole ass video calling right-wingers losers. Like, how like, obviously there's going to be some issues. The fact that it was so easy for her to get YouTube to take a baseless defamation claim seriously, but they're making you jump through hoops to get the video back up. They're not responding. Now, when I told them, because I reached out to them and I was like, I'd like to pursue legal action, actually. So I would like to know who submitted the defamation case to you, because I'd love to have that documentation so I can go and address it in our Canadian courts. And instead of responding to me, they stopped responding to me because I don't think they have the documentation. But on their website, on Google, it says that you have to have a signed case to get YouTube to take down a video. So it's either she knows somebody in Canadian YouTube, so she could bypass that, right? Or YouTube has made a colossal mistake and they're being really, like they're just not doing their job at all. I don't get why you're streaming this on your gaming channel. Well, I'm streaming it. Well, where am I supposed to stream it? People will get pissed off if you stream on your main channel. Gaming channel, people are kind of used to me streaming here, you know? Oops. From what I've seen, other YouTubers who run into weird copyright claims and stuff have to go tweet about them and get YouTube's attention there for them to do anything. Yes, because they're big YouTubers. If I tweet about it, what is it gonna do? It's gonna get like 30 likes maybe. That's about it, to be fucking H. And that's usually copyright. Yeah, I feel so ridiculous censoring my words with symbols or homophone words. Even those are getting more censored and I have to replace them with emojis. How are we gonna talk seriously about this? What platform can we do this on? You don't know. Curtis has been a tiny bit more vocal about politics, especially in his latest videos, and even it was enough for YouTube to stop recommending him to me. Yeah. Do I have a lawyer? Well, I went to a really good school and I have access to pro bono lawyers because of that. So, yes, I do. YouTube always, I have to go, I have to have information, like real information about who filed it to go and find, to go to a lawyer and give them that info, right? I can't just come in and be like, I don't know who to fucking write, who you're supposed to write to, or whatever. YouTube always stands with Zios. Yeah. Any channel that is leftist and any channel that is algorithmically linked to leftist channels, same audience, is being censored. Yeah. Quite literally, anyone who I had a lot of, like, subscribers in common are suffering. That's why ContraPoints can get as many views as she does, even though she releases only once a year. But Shakespeare has to consistently put out so much material and like struggle to keep up with so much material because it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to make her videos, right? And she's kind of going up and down. Like her last year was very difficult, for example, right? Like that's what she's been talking about. And like it's because she actually analyzes things from a perspective that appeals to a leftist audience. And she's made a whole last video about Palestine, so that also shot her channel in the leg, in the foot, I guess. Yes, get her arse. I thought you'd stream on your podcast channel. No, because it's not a podcast episode. It's gonna. This is just gonna be my streaming channel, I think. Because honestly, even though I love making those like silly gaming videos, I have a really hard time editing. I literally had to wear a brace yesterday all day on my right hand because, guys, I can't edit anymore. Like the video that I edited recently turned out to be 5 hours. I cut down 6 lives with one of them being 5 hours. That was into Life is Strange. And I think honestly at this point I think I need to let it go. That like I don't know if I can edit as much as I do anymore because I literally can't use my right hand. Like the past 2-3 days I can't fucking use it. It's just literally like not listening to me, and it hurts so fucking much. I think I'm getting like carpal tunnel. Gosh, I'm good. Yeah, I watched Spooky Socialist and his entire channel was terminated, but he got it back because he knows bigger YouTubers. Wait, why was it terminated? Also, who does he know? I need to know. Because again, like even people I know, I don't know. Like it needs to be someone who's also a lefty, otherwise it's gonna be really difficult, for them to actually even. I don't know if they're gonna give a fuck that this is the situation that I'm dealing with, right? Maybe making a channel just for culture commentary. I've made. Oh, you mean like so I could have lives on that? YouTube only listens through X or other YouTubers. Yeah, ContraPoints shouldn't have said that about the Zionists. Well, yes. She's always been lukewarm, but also I need you guys to critically listen to her envy video. This is the most capitalist bitch around. I genuinely think that. And I'm sorry if you really loved her or love her. This is not a personal attack at you. I also don't know her life, don't know her. I just know what I see in her content. And this is what I'm seeing there. This was way before she's commented on anything. This was back in the day when she released Envy video. I watched it and I was like, right, I don't know why people are recommending it to me. There is nothing from her stuff that I can pick up that would be interesting or of value to me. No offense. Well, we are playing Yap Yap right now, in a sense. Exactly. Come on. Yap Yap. Shakespeare is so goated. I love her. Yeah, she's great. It's crazy. We like literally made a Winx video about like fashion at the same time. And that's how we know each other. Because it was like way, way before she started doing video essays and stuff like that. And before I started doing deep dives and other things like that, I think. Honestly, YouTube ghosting you on something like this is low-key so unprofessional, but then again, when have they been professional? I know, because the thing is, they're not even sending me an automated response to that. That's where I'm like, okay, I definitely need to figure something out. I am not willing to let that go. Because if you let that happen once, you let that happen twice, what am I supposed to do? Just allow them to, like, just allow white supremacists to do whatever the fuck they want in the country where I pay taxes, where I am a citizen? No, thank you. Not gonna happen. Love Shakespeare, it's really telling that her videos about something that points to patriarchal and white supremacy structures, they get sabotaged. Yeah, but you know what? Mostly white supremacy. Whenever she talks about patriarchal stuff, sometimes it still performs. You know, especially if it's framed in a way where it's like, oh, it's pop culture commentary. But as soon as it's framed in a way and talks about like more like bigger scope stuff that involves other structures, not just patriarchy, even patriarchy, like, I don't know, dude. Please outsource the editing if it's hurting you. I wish I could. I wish I could. My last month on my main channel was horrible. Absolutely horrible. I think my main channel made like $300 Canadian last month. So there's absolutely no way I could hire somebody and not be paying. Like, I definitely, because the thing is, since the very beginning, even when I was making a lot more, when the economy was better and YouTube was paying better and everything, I definitely, from the beginning, I was saying that I'm not going to hire anybody if I can't pay them livable, good wage. I'm not about to go and hire somebody from some other country where I'm paying them literal like $2 to edit something and whatever the fuck. Like, I do not want to be doing that. Even though when I was participating in this like program in Canada with like YouTubers, I realized that everyone was doing that and everyone was paying dust to their editors. And I was like, you guys don't feel sick doing this type of shit? They really disappointed me. I was like, ew, I can't fucking deal with you bitches. Like, and one of the girls, she like became like a really, really big creator in architecture stuff. Dude, she's Asian, and we were like at the table and she was complaining about how the new the offshoot of the Game of Thrones show, like the new one that was after it ended, that was like in the same universe. She was like, it's so like it's too woke, too much representation. And I was like, do you know you're not white? Do you know they're not your friends? The people that you were like defending right now, like white supremacists and whatever, you know that they're not your, you know they wouldn't like you either, right? I was like, you were really, I need you to think logically, girl, at least, even if you're just gonna be considering your own interest. But yeah, she like became a really, really big creator, but it was really weird. Like, she was really really racist for somebody who's not white. I have carpal tunnel. Vertical mouse helped a lot. Yeah, I probably should do that, but at the same time, like, don't want to relearn how to do everything with that. I watched the YouTuber Secular Talk. He's not as extreme as I am, obviously, but he's cool and funny, and he's a good way to get regular people interested in politics. He's like Hassan type. Mm-hmm. He does loads of videos on Palestine. He knows overzealous Noah Samson and on. I think I kind of feel guilty that my views, because views are probably useless because of VPN. I don't know what. I don't know anything about that, to be honest. Mostly because I hear from YouTubers who are getting shadow banned from YouTube from making different content can be circumvented through building coexistent channels. Yeah, but I'm so tired, man. I'm like thinking about how I can consolidate and make less content, while at the same time still like having a community here. That's why I'm starting lives and whatever, because I'm so tired, dude. I'm like, it's been 6 years of me working nonstop, even when I was going through cancer, and this still, it's just not enough. And it's because I have principles. If I didn't, I would have been already making a lot more money way back in the day when I could have just made a bunch of slop and whatever. But yeah. Yeah, I don't want people to be like, it's one thing when if someone were to make like edits or compilations or like funny edits or something like that, and they post it on their own channel, and then people can watch that and they get paid off of the views that they get, even though they use my content or whatever. Like, I don't mind. That's totally fine. It's kind of like fan accounts or whatever. That's pretty normal, right? That is totally fine. I don't want anyone volunteering their time for this, for my channel when it comes to me making money and them not making money. Even if that money is minuscule, it's still like not fair. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm working for like 50 fucking cents an hour. That doesn't mean that everybody else needs to be fucking suffering this much. Definitely don't give up on the case. We'll be here to support you. Thank you. Not the pick me POC. I know. I was like, dude, please. You talking about Lauren Chan perchance? I don't think so. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't remember her name. No. I don't think that's... No, not her. Not the pick me person of color. They will drop you at the drop of a hat. It's the internalized racism for me. People like that are projecting self-hatred. But I was like, dude, I was kind of like, I don't know, man, like, that just looks kind of realistic to me, because like, just look at the restaurant we're in. What is it, just white people? No. So like, that just looks realistic. And I was just kind of like, listen, I don't know, man, I don't want to have this fucking conversation where I'm supposed to be chastising you, a POC, about racism. Like, this is fucking an annoying ass conversation to be in. I only made my YouTube channel so I could comment on your vids. Thank you. Sorry, I was talking about the creator who had his channel terminated. He knows those YouTubers, why he got his channel back. Oh, got it. I thought it was like connected to your other message, sorry. Every time I hear people saying that Game of Thrones or adjacent are too woke, when it's so bigoted, I feel like I'm going crazy. No, seriously, Game of Thrones is sickeningly bigoted. It's sick. I respect Renati for her many channels and also committing to making video essays as well. It's a lot of work, even though she has an editor. Yeah. That's a very noble philosophy. I understand it entirely. Hoppa! Pika keeps on going back in and out. It's crazy. Very out of place, but thoughts on Zara Larsson standing up for AI. That's stupid. I don't know why she did that. I think she should reconsider. I got used to vertical mouse in a couple of hours, fully accustomed in 1 to 2 days. Not much of a problem, really. Maybe consider. I'm gonna try that, because honestly, it's so bad. Dude, I can't even lie. Like, I worked at least 10 hours a day, and it's getting ridiculous at this point. Anyway, good chat, you guys. Think, like, until next week, Thursday, when we're gonna be reconvening for some more pop culture conversations. Remember, whatever happens, whatever you want to chat about, it doesn't have to be pop culture related per se, but I think it's just like a very good jumping off point, because it's so shoved in our faces that many people are familiar with the topic, and we can like go off into other topics because of that. You know what I mean? What you saying there? Zara did what? I know. I think she was... I didn't hear her standing up for it. I think she was saying something like she was watching Fruit Love Island. And I was like, fuck, dude, is it not enough? We have so many seasons of Love Island of so many different countries. do you need Fruit Love Island? Fuck. I'm literally on my run listening to you. I had to stop real quick to say thank you for today's stream. Oh, thank you. Thank you for listening and hanging out. I love this. It's really fun. Honestly, I'm enjoying talking to people in this capacity more than I did in the past year making videos on topics like this, because it's just not as immediate, the conversation. And honestly, I just don't have it in me to be doing research to try and make a conversation about something like Sabrina Carpenter releasing this shit into a more like well-rounded video essay that's like bite-sized, that's like under 20 minutes. Just don't have it in me anymore, to be fucking honest. She was like, it's here and it won't leave, so I might as well use it. Whatever. I can't be fucking I can't do it. I have to go now until next time. Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping it up right now. Fuck AI. Thank you for the stream. Also off topic in terms of the content convo, maybe focusing on streaming might be the best, and you can just use the bits off stream to stay consistent. I was thinking about that, but I don't know. You can suggest which bits do you think would be better for me to like clip or something like that. Things that you guys find more interesting, because again, it's kind of hard for me to decide what's interesting and what isn't and whatever. But yeah, thank you for your time and energy, Lisa. We appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. Jordan Teresa, who put on a background, sometimes made a video about Fruit Love Island. I was like, why are we even talking about that? Well, Jordan Teresa, I've never picked up anything from her videos, so I don't really watch her. Thank you for the stream. Thanks you guys for chatting. Yes. Please make the type of content that invigorates you, with your audience want to see you thrive. Honestly, I'm enjoying right now the streaming setup, because I get to actually chat with you guys and see how you're doing and whatever. And like I've been online for 6 years. There's a lot of people who I'm already kind of used to seeing in my comments and whatever, and YouTube does not feel as alive anymore in that regard. But I still, obviously 6 years is a long time not to love my channel anyway, and not to still appreciate the videos that I want to make or that I did make. In France, we also have a version of Fruits Love Island. Oh my god. And it's literally full of racism, classism, and misogyny. Of course it is. Fuck. I should use Twitch clip feature more. Yeah, me too. I've heard... Again, I need to fucking... If any of you know any good Twitch 101 informations, let me know. Because I don't understand Twitch. I just became an affiliate today. It's not a partner, it's just an affiliate of some kind. I don't know what that means. I genuinely have no fucking idea about anything, but whatever. I think it's not approved yet. They need to check something, but whatever. I don't know. It's been a while since I've joined your lives because of time difference, but I'm glad I got to join it this time. It's great to see all of you too. Yeah, I love seeing you too, Midnight. This is such a good time. I'm glad you guys like it, because I'm also enjoying doing lives right now. I really enjoyed this. Also got a few screenshots for another poster. Oh, yeah, I did see it. Yeah. Oh, by the way, for those of you who won Fevralathon, I have not forgotten. I'm just collecting things for the packages. It's just taking a while because, again, last month was not prolific for me. Yeah, me too. I love it. It was so nice to talk to you guys. It's just like a breath of fresh air to talk to people who are, sane. The whole system is so fun. I used to rarely view your streams live, but this plan is so fun. These weekly streams are way more accessible to me. Have a good day, night, everyone. Yay! You get ad revenue as an affiliate. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, they're doing something. They're like approving something, so I doubt that I'm going to see something much of that. I've never seen ads on Twitch, so I'm kind of confused as to how they even do that. I don't know. I'm glad to have followed you that long. Can't believe it's been 6 years, though. Dude. 6 years. Isn't that insane? The thanks for reminding me about the Fifth I'll get back to you. Yeah, ads are running on Twitch now. Oh, I haven't seen it. Isn't that crazy? Well, Tammy, the Fifth is over though. It's only in February. We'll have another one next February though, so don't worry about it. We'll do something fun and like maybe like a live at the end that's gonna be with like a variety of things or something. Will you do more reviews with Bysistent again anytime soon? I loved your bottoms video reaction so much. I'm thinking of maybe us doing it like like kind of like filming from different locations, like not together. Since we're not in the same city, I feel like we should still do something. You can suggest in somewhere, in like posts somewhere, either like community post something. You can suggest films that we should react to. Stream the new Winx game. Oh, actually, I actually have videos already filmed of the PC game. I already played like at least half of it, and I just, again, the editing is gonna kill me. That's why I'm like taking such a long time. Regardless, thank you guys for hanging out. I ghost hunting videos for real. Do a femme horror movie. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not really scared of things as much as I just like I freeze in games. I'm like a freezer when it comes to, you know, that kind of stuff. I'll have an animatic lined up for next Ralathon. Oh my god, I love that. Movie reaction of Bound. That would be really nice. Except I don't know how I'm gonna edit it to not get clocked by YouTube or by all the platforms, because it's like so there's a lot of guns, blood, sex, all that kind of stuff, you know. We could maybe watch it on Patreon. I'll just make it public, like a public stream or something, because that way we don't have to worry about it as much, I think. Regardless, ghost hunting videos for real. I've been thinking about that. I think that's the thing. I would do all of that. It's just persistent is inconsistent. You know what I mean? Like she's always like, yes, I'll do all of it, and then she doesn't do any of it, and you're like, fuck, dude, goddamn. But I'm thinking that it would be cool for us to do a few ghost hunting videos. Maybe we can apply for some kind of funding from BC and Alberta to like do a 10 episode ghost hunting show or something. Oh yeah, we're gonna do Phasmophobia, I think, too. You love our persistent Barbies. I want to watch Barbie with her again. I think we were planning on watching that castle one. Castle something. I don't remember the exact name. It's like something castle related. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. And yeah, if you have any suggestions or anything like that, you can always Diamond Castle. Yes, Diamond Castle. That's the one. I think we were gonna watch that one. I might actually get her to watch it. She should be called By Consistent instead. Literally, dude. I was surprised Persistent actually filmed the last art horror show video the next day as she promised. I know. I was like, damn, we got lucky. I swear to God, dude. Like, I'm the type A. She's like a type Z, you know? So we're always like, this is always going to be for us, this like little dance, you know? Charm School? Okay, we'll do Charm School too. Mayhaps. I thought the castle one had lesbians. Am I wrong? Anyway, you guys, it's 3 hours. My mom's gonna kill me. Because I'm supposed to go walk Pika. I'm supposed to do a bunch of shit. And I also want to go for a walk before it gets dark. Yeah. Wait, which song? Fuck. Oh, he did a pretty cool remix of Church's song with his producer and son. Oh, okay. All of them are lesbians if you really think about it. Oh, okay. It's a very cottagecore movie from what I remember. Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway. Bye, guys. Love chatting to you. Hope you're having a good day.